morning. I never managed to get that timer thing and the going live to actually marry up. I've got a change of location today. For some reason, the blurry background isn't working, and my office, it needs some work. Basically, what's happened in there is that there was, when we moved in, there was sort of a structure, I guess, that was built to have a filing cabinet in. So like a wall ceiling with a filing cabinet inside it, if you can imagine that. And we did think about keeping it because it was only a little bit taller than me. So it's handy to, like, we had a printer on top of it, and we got rid of the filing cabinet. This is a really interesting, cool story, I realized, but yeah, we when we took the filing cabinet out, that space was my book storage for, like, daily, if I get an order, I can just grab a book, the bits and pieces I need regularly. But it wasn't working. It took up a lot of space. And actually, I have a whole book storage because I buy my children's books in bulk and I fulfill those orders from here. So there was no reason why I couldn't keep my day-to-day stuff in there. And then my husband knocked out that sort of structure, so the room's bigger. I then used that as ammunition that we now had space for a second dog. So that's the thing that happened, because I can have the 2 dogs' beds in my office. Anyway, the reason for that waffle is that that's all sort of behind where I sit, and so the wall is ripped to bits. In the fullness of time, in the next 3 or 4 months, we've got some plastering work due, and we'll ask them to just plaster that bit, and then we'll decorate in there, and I'll put some kind of cool stuff. But yeah, in the meantime, I've been using a blur, but I don't know why it's not working today. It's just not. So this is my dining room. Welcome. This is actually newly built. They finished it about a week before Christmas. I have been meaning to do a house tour. I did one when I first moved in, and then I was going to do a 6-month update and a year update. I've been here for 18 months. I still have not updated, but I think it's because in those times when I was going to do the update, I just had like too much going on, or we were like mid building. So it just hasn't happened, but I will do at some point because, I like looking at other people's house tours. So that's the basis I go on. I know my channel is a bookish channel, but I like making videos about things that are sort of going on or interesting. Like, if you look through my channel, there's some random, like, my thoughts on certain things and holidays and days out. And I mean, one of my most popular videos is me talking about my braces. So whatever, I make content. If you like it, that's wonderful. So this morning, we've got, my camera just went a bit squiffy. It's back. We are going to do our Monday morning writing sprints. This morning, I'm actually not going to work on my novel. I have got 2 magazine articles that I want to work on. One, I actually don't know, because the deadline was yesterday. I just think it's today. Maybe I'll email them and ask them if they would like an article. I was going to write a piece about the book. And then what was the other one I was going to write? There was another one. Oh, yes. I was involved in a project, a community project. I ran it, to restore a phone box that was just totally destroyed. If you look on my Instagram, I'll make a highlights, because I don't think otherwise you'll see it. And it was really nasty, and I got a grant and got all the people to fix it up, and it literally just got finished. So it's now a book swap, which is really cool. And I went and visited it yesterday and dropped off some books and picked up some books. So I wanted to also write something about that for the community news thing, to just say like what we did and that it's all done and thank the people involved. So I'm going to do that as well. So that's my plan, is just to write some bits that I need to write. And I know that the phone box thing isn't for my business, but I just want to do it, and it's some time when I can sit and do it and do some writing. So that's the plan. It still gets my head in the thing, So all writing is productive. Okay, I am going to put myself on mute. Let me put the banner up first. We're going to do 15 minutes. So we'll be back at, what's that take us to? About, come on, adding up. I've got an A level in maths. 47 plus 5 is 50 something. 15 minutes. I can figure it out. Yeah, see you in a bit. Let's do some writing. Grab yourself a drink, stick some music on, and I'll see you in a bit. Hi everyone, so that's the end of 15 minutes. I hope you got some good writing done. Let's take a 5-minute break. During that time, I checked my emails, which I hadn't looked at yet today. And I have sold a couple of books on Amazon, which is awesome. But it's typical that those books have sold just literally after I've sent a box of books to Amazon. So what's happened is the Milk and Cookies paperback has sold out on Amazon. I literally just sent a box of books to Amazon of the new book. So that's annoying because my plan was I had 2 copies of Milk and Cookies left. They don't sell like massively often. None of my books sell massively often. So I was going to wait until, you know, that sold out. I expected it to happen a lot further down the line, and then thought I can do kind of all of my older books, send a couple of each. Yeah, I guess that was a mistake. So at the moment, you can't get the Milk and Cookies paperback. And also Amazon are moving around the hardback from their fulfillment centers, moving from one place to another. So you also can't get the hardbacks because they're in transit somewhere. So that's a thing. So I'll need to do a box of Milk and Cookies. You know, it's always difficult to know what to send because you pay for warehousing. Amazon costs loads of money, basically. But if I send only a couple of books that will sell quickly, so I'm not paying for the warehousing, the postage is obviously eats in, you know, I want to send as many books as I can for the amount of postage. But if you send too many, then Amazon send them back to you. So I think it's after a year. So if I send them 10 books and only 5 sell, then I get 5 sent back to me and they charge me for the postage again. So it's really difficult. I'm not very good at weighing up how many do they need, because the ideal would be to send them, you know, one of this, one of that, so that they've got fresh inventory all the time, but have enough, I suppose, different titles that I can send them sort of all sorts of different things, but only a couple of copies of each, so that they sell quickly and I don't get charged for the warehousing. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, essentially, I don't really make any money from Amazon, but you play the game because it's such an important place for people to get my books. And the way I view it is they might buy my book on Amazon and then they might go on to you know, buy other books of mine directly from my website, or maybe they start watching my YouTube channel and maybe they, you know, I don't know, they're a teacher and they book me for a school visit. And so you actually never know where those sales go. So making lots of profit from it isn't necessarily, you know, the be all and end all. And also I want to move to a place where I'm selling enough books to upgrade to Amazon's professional plan, which would be more cost effective if I'm selling more books. So, you know, it's all going in the right direction. If I sell books, that's great. And eventually that can move towards kind of making more money. But in the meantime, I feel like I don't know what I'm doing. And I can't afford to pay for advertising as well. So I don't shift that much, because if I pay for advertising, then that's more going out of that tiny profit that probably isn't even a profit. So I don't know. I try and drive traffic in various different ways, but if you've got any insights, do let me know. So yeah, that was a thing. But great that a couple of books sold. That's awesome. So I will sort out some more stock for Amazon and decide what I should send them. And in other news, I know the 5 minutes is almost done. In other news, they've received the captivating kelp forest, but there's an issue on the listing, so I'll fix that and then it'll be fine, and then I can announce that you can pre-order it via Amazon. And I have to say, I don't mind if you guys are thinking of buying a book. Genuinely don't mind if you buy it from Amazon, with all of me saying, oh, I don't make much money, because it helps the algorithm. It helps that book to be suggested to other people, which might improve my sales overall. It gives verified reviews if you choose to review it. It really, you know, I wouldn't play the Amazon game if I really didn't want, oh, I haven't turned off WhatsApp. If I didn't want people to buy that way. So yeah, I really don't mind if you prefer using Amazon. That's absolutely fine, no problem. And equally, like Waterstones and ordering through your bookshops and however you want to do it, it's totally cool. So yeah, there we go. We're getting into the next segment of time. So we're going to do another 15-minute sprint. As I say, I'm writing a couple of articles this morning rather than working on my novel. To be honest, with new books coming, they're coming tomorrow. I've also got a notification that I've got 2,000 books arriving tomorrow. So I'm a little bit nervous about it. Yes, so I'm not in the headspace to work on like a different project, but working on sort of writing articles and, you know, promo bits is more where I'm at right now. So as I say, all writing is writing. So time is ticking on. So I'm going to pop up the 15 minutes and let's do some writing. I'll mute myself. Well, that went very quickly. 15 minutes is up. So let's take a break for 5 minutes. I hope it's going well this morning. I'm getting there. It's that Monday morning thing. I've asked whether the article that I was talking about for like a local community, it's called Community Ad magazine, whether they'd like something, if I can get it done today. Because sometimes it's tricky for lots of publications when you're asking if they would like any copy about your book. It obviously, it can be seen as marketing, and normally they would ask for you to pay for advertising. So it's a difficult line between advertising and a local interest article. So yeah, it's always worth sort of double checking if they want something. Sometimes if they go down the route of celebrating a launch or interviewing a local author or talking about what the book is about, something like that, then sometimes they're okay with it. But if it's like you just kind of going, I've got a new book, buy my book, then generally like you would have to pay and you would have to actually place an ad. So yeah, hopefully I have written things for them before, and it's one of those magazines that they just like give out free, and they have local businesses, you can pick them up. You never know whether these things come to anything, but also what's quite helpful is they share on their social media as well. So they'll share the article. And so anyway, worth a go. Like, it's not huge amounts of effort to write something, yeah, if it translates into a couple of people buying the book, then that's cool. This week I've actually got a radio interview on Wednesday. I'm really glad that the big book order is coming tomorrow. Well, aside from being hideously worried about it, I'm quite glad, because on Wednesday I've got this booking for a radio interview, and that's with Deal Radio, which is a local station. So I need to advertise that, actually. I think I'll advertise it tomorrow. And again, that's really good. You know, some local people tune in. And also I can usually find the stream, listen again thingy, so I can share that, and then that reaches a wider audience. So that's nice. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it, actually. That would be really nice to go on the radio. Do you know what I'm looking forward to? I'm looking forward to the end of tomorrow. The reason being, at that point, all the books will be here. I'll know that they're okay. They should be. And then I can start preparing. At the moment, I'm still just a little bit on edge. But once the books are here and it's like, it's done, we've done a thing, the books are here. I have some books, I did a small order, but this is like the big bulk order. And then I can start getting everything ready for the launch. What I want to do is have all the books that are coming with me. So that's anything that we might sell, as well as, I should turn that off, as well as 200 books that we're giving away free to local libraries and schools and stuff. So I can have all that, like an area with all of that, all of the sort of activity bits for the launch, just start stacking everything up and feel like it's happening. Do you know what I mean? At the moment, I'm still in limbo. So at the end of tomorrow, I feel like it's happening. And I'm really glad then that I have the radio interview the next day, because then I can be like, let's go. It feels like I'm still crawling up the hill. And at the end of tomorrow, I'm like, right, let's go. That's how it feels. So I'm really looking forward to that. I hate receiving books. So that actual part of it, because I've talked about this before, but until the boxes are open, I don't know what I'm facing. And I had some issues with the printing of this book, so I'm just more nervous than I would be about kind of variation and things like that. But fingers crossed, they all come looking as I expect them to, and then I can just breathe a sigh of relief and move on. So that's how I feel right now. So it's quite pleasant this morning to be kind of easing into things, doing some enjoyable little jobs, and starting to tentatively think about some more marketing kind of stuff. So that was quite rambly. We've got one more 15-minute sprint. So I'm going to get some more of this article writing done. I hope you're having a good morning. I know you might not be watching this on Monday morning, so whenever you've chosen to sit and do your writing sprint and have me keep you company, I hope that it's going well so far. So we'll do another 15 minutes and then we'll get together at the end for a chit chat. So I will pop that up and put myself on mute again. Enjoy. Alexa off. Nicely done. I forgot that I hadn't unmuted, and then I unmuted and I hadn't turned off Alexa. So there we are. That is the end of our last 15-minute sprint. So I hope that all of that has been productive for you. It certainly has for me. I have tentatively asked to write an article. I've started to write the one about the phone box. I'm almost done, actually. I looked into the Amazon thing. I can't remember what I said earlier, but I quickly did a case report thingy, and they've told me how to solve the issue so that the box of the new books that have gone off to them are basically, they've said they're stranded, so, and they'll send them back to me, and I'm like, no, don't send them back, let's fix this. So they've told me how to do that. It didn't work, but it will work. So I'm just giving it some time for what I did to roll through, because sometimes that's what you have to do with Amazon. So I'll take another look at it later, but we have solutions, and that's the main thing. And once the listing shows that you can pre-order the book on Amazon, then I'll advertise that. So anyone who wants the new book can order it from me or Amazon or wherever. So yeah, that's all in process. So as I say, that's a really productive start to Monday morning for me. So how about the rest of the day for me? Well, I am going to release my hound. You may have realized last week I mentioned that I'd had to delete the previous live stream from the week before because my dog was a nightmare. So she is crated. She likes her crate. And when I have to do something like this, where I can't have my attention on her, she can go in her crate for a little while. She's got her bone. She's okay. So I'll let her out and spend a little bit of time with her. She's doing really well with her training and stuff. She's really coming along. So I'll spend a few sort of quality minutes with her, and then she can come and chill out while I finish my work. I need to get a whole load of stuff together. I volunteer on a Monday afternoon, so I'm taking a load of stuff with me. Need to get all of that ready. And I'm going to finish this article. What else do I need to do today? I need to write a to-do list because I have lots of things in my head that I need to kind of get down. And then I have a few little kind of schedule a social media post, chase up an invoice, you know, those. I said I'd get rid of WhatsApp, didn't I? I haven't done it. Yeah, all of those little jobs. So that's kind of today until I have to head out this afternoon. So that's my plan. I'd love to know what you're working out, what you're doing today, or whenever you are watching this live stream. And thank you guys for using these live streams. I'll keep doing them while they're helpful. It certainly gets me to kind of sit down at my laptop and crack on, which is really good. And once I'm properly in the flow with the new novel, I know that's really, really going to help me. As you know, I've done bits over the last few weeks, but yeah, starting the week with it and getting my head in it is going to be really, really good. So it's definitely useful for me. So yeah, that's this week. I hope that you have a good one. I will put a new live stream upcoming thingy on my YouTube. I think you can save for it to notify you. So if you would like to do this live, then you can do that. And yeah, I'll be here next week and the week after, and so on, so on. I hope you have a good one. And I'm not sure what video is going up this weekend. It might be an interview with Rhiannon and Thomas, but it's scheduling, so something will go up on Saturday. Anyway, have a really good week. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you all soon. Take care.